Hi, and welcome everyone to the Creative Cast. My name is Lucas Holman, and today I'm thrilled to speak with an athlete slash model, tuning in from the Netherlands, Eva Van Ee. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very happy to have you here. And let's start off getting to know you better. Would you be so kind to share with us a bit of your background?
Yes, so you already told, I'm a model and I'm an athlete, but my background from study is nutrition, actually. So I'm a sports nutritionist, and I work as a sports nutritionist, and I give boot camp training and the modeling. And then being an athlete is where I'm going to now. I want to be becoming a professional athlete, but that's not what's bringing the money in right now.
Okay, I see. Yes. Okay, that's so weird. I actually thought it was the other way around. Because,
oh, really?
Yeah, well, I actually met you at the Spa-Town race in Sanford this summer. Well, it wasn't this summer, but early.
It was a sunny day.
Early fall. Yes, it was a very lovely day, which I was very grateful for. And I was there to, take pictures of the event of all the runners. And I met you there. So I thought, okay, so running as an athlete is your main thing. And then I found out about, you working as a nutritionist and you working as a model. I was like, okay, maybe those are your side things you're doing.
Yeah, in time-wise, I think you can say being an athlete is the main thing. But when you say what is making the money come in, that's not being an athlete right now.
Okay, what is making the money rain?
Yeah, making the money rain is not being an athlete.
Okay, sweet. How about where were you born in the Netherlands? How did you get raised up?
I've been born in the Netherlands, and I pretty much lived all my life in the Kwakel. That's how the town is called. Okay. I'll repeat it. The Kwakel.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It sounds like Krakow, which is a city in Poland.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, she can't mean that one.
You don't write it the same way.
Yeah,
it's
I'm sure.
A very small town, farmers, and it's nearby the city. Actually, it's 20 minutes from Amsterdam, but it's a whole different kind of vibe.
Okay, I guess it's a smaller town. And how did you end up actually studying nutrition and getting into? Well, pretty much it's a very scientific route you took there.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, after high school, you kind of am forced to, okay, what am I going to do for study right now? And I didn't really like anything that much. So I just figured if I'm going to spend 4 years on a study, I might as well get something out of it for myself. Okay. So that's why I did nutrition, because I thought that's good for me. Always wanting to be an athlete.
Nice. Nutrition, I like that reasoning right there.
Yeah. At least it's good for me. So that's why I took the nutrition part. And then after it, you call it, it's not really master. That's not how you call it in the Netherlands, but for international ways, you can say it's a master sports nutrition. I did that also for me.
Yes. I mean, it sounds maybe a little bit weird to say that, but why not? I mean, I think that's a perfectly acceptable reason to do that.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think it's a shame.
Okay.
At all. Good. It sounds maybe a little bit, egocentric, but
yeah.
But I don't know, a little bit of ego. It's okay.
It makes sense.
So you did study that with or without an a clear intention in mind what you want to actually do with that degree?
Not really. I just thought, okay, I'm going to be a sports nutritionist. That's like the most people who are joining the study are going to be a dietitian or call it a nutritionist. It's kind of the same. And so that's kind of the goal. You're going to do this, and this is what you will become. So I never really thought, okay, it's not what I'm gonna do, not what I'm gonna do, but I also didn't. Yeah, it wasn't really something I necessarily wanted to do, but here I am.
Okay. So it was a lesser evil in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I like to ask this because I'm just naturally curious about how people develop their interests in life and what they want to dedicate their time in, and when they develop that, how they do it, and how they got there. So are you saying it in a very okay, I did it because it was the thing that interested me the most, but it wasn't really excited me too much either? That's how it sounds like. Is that still the case?
Well, yes. I like to see people, to help them and see them achieve their goals, especially when are athletes. So then you have the goals with me, more muscle or no stomach ache while being active, or anything what you want to do with me. But then also you have the results in a competition. And that's, for me, that's an extra reward. So I like to do, what I like to do is guide athletes. I prefer that above normal people, if you can say it like that.
Nice.
If I'm allowed to say that, it's just because you get...
What's what you're saying, lady?
So you get the achievement of the goals, just the normal goals, and also the achievement of a goal in a competition or anything. And that's what excites me. Okay,
so you somehow managed to find this field for you that you're more passionate about.
Yeah.
How did you find that? Like, how did you dropped out of uni, you finished, and now you're faced with, okay, let's find work. How did you went from there to finding your niche and saying, okay, I'm getting comfortable and excited with doing competition training?
Or you mean with guiding other athletes with their nutrition? How did I
as well, but also for yourself, because you are kind of the trainer and the trainee at the same time, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, but my bootcamp class are people who like to work out. So those are not necessarily athletes who train for competition or competing on a higher level.
Yeah, they're just trying to be healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like most people do, I guess.
Like most people, yeah. So the people who come to my bootcamp are like most people.
You say that a lot, your bootcamp. What does it actually mean?
It's 1 hour, and then includes warming up. I always tell them to run. Or warming up, like between a half kilometer or 1.
Okay.
And sometimes if they are really good, I say, no, you do another lap for you. And then like a little warming up with some stuff from athletic training, and then you have the main training, and that difference every training. So for the creative question. It's like there I can be really creative because I want to speak to every muscle you have.
Mhm.
But if it's more endurance or it's more speed or more strength, I can play with that around. So every training is completely different, but you will become better as a athlete.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
Even though they don't think of themselves like athletes, I always say, yeah, you get better, you get stronger.
that's good. I'm sure that helps a lot because well, it's a big word to throw around, but I'm sure it boosts the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I get their view as well. Like, just because, I go to the gym 2 times a week, I'm not an athlete, I don't consider myself. But fair enough. So the bootcamp is an initiative, or is like a company you have created, or are you just, or how does that work?
It's my company,
Mhm.
and so I give the classes for like there's one place at the sports a sports place where I
Center?
can sports center,
Right.
but outside.
Okay.
Where I give the boot camp, and then people can come. They just pay for a single class, or they pay for 10 classes at once. And then also I give the same kind of workout at some companies, and then the company is paying me to train their employees.
Oh wow! What?
Yeah.
That happens? That is a
that
thing.
happens. Yeah.
What?
That's
Okay.
an actual thing.
Which company does that?
I think I'm allowed to say.
Okay. Like maybe just the industry they're in.
Yeah. Well, it's a building company, and another one is in foods, and another one is in travel. So
okay.
All different kind of companies who it's like company fitness.
Yes. Okay. Wow. I love it. Like, I'm so jealous right away. I just want to call up my company. I was like, can you do this, please?
Hey, yeah, get me a trainer, and then you can work out with your colleagues. It's really fun for them, and you can tell the team building is getting better if you work out together. So,
oh yeah, that must be a very interesting dynamic as well. How sport, affects social interactions within a group.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when it's a bigger company and you have participants, like employees from different departments who would normally not really see each other or anything. But then when during the work you need something from a particular department, you can call the person from the sports class.
Oh yeah.
So it's making some different lines, and I think it's better for the company that the communication is a bit smoother because people know each other better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can totally see that. You would call up Mike and like, hey, Mike, what's up? How are your chicken legs doing? And
Yeah, exactly.
And then
otherwise you need to
that's how friendship starts.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'm interested in bootcamp and your initiative or your drive to build your own company. I like that the energy, and I'm interested in knowing why you make that decision to actually, build your own company instead of working for some company as an employee, which is mostly the case. I reckon.
Yeah.
And how was actually that journey of starting it? But let's start with the first question.
I started my company when I was 19.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm 26 now.
Okay.
So it was actually because I was starting a web shop, in selling sport supplements, but also normal supplements. So that's how my company actually started. And and then along the years, I just took multiple things into the company. The company name is Better, so now I call the bootcamp Better Bootcamp. And you're going to a sports nutritionist at the nutrition practice Better. And then if you hire me as a model, I send you an invoice as Better for the modeling day. So everything is called Better now.
Okay. Wow. So you started simultaneously as you were doing your degree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you started so early. So was it so obvious to you that you wanted to do your own thing?
Well, my parents have their own business as well. So they told me just sign up, have your own business. And then where I worked before, I could still work there, but just send an invoice instead of being an employee. So that gave me more freedom and a better salary, of course. So it was, for me, it was an obvious move, but I think it was obvious because my parents gave me the information that it was possible.
Oh, okay.
And then it just grows from there.
Okay. Interesting. So they kind of, maybe not pushed, but they clearly told you, look, this is a very interesting option you should look into.
Yeah. So if you're going to do this web shop, just make it a business. And then you can do the other things you're doing as well. Just do it as your company instead of being an employee.
Okay, nice.
And the companies where I worked back then, they didn't really mind. So it was perfect.
What were big challenges you were facing, especially in the first 1 to 2 years?
For the company?
Yeah.
Wanting more than I had time for. So sometimes school was really annoying because I had to make time for school, but I rather made some more money, for example.
Yeah.
So I would say time management.
Okay.
And and then also giving yourself time to plan.
Okay.
And not being annoyed by the fact you do not have so much time if you're doing a full-time study still.
Sure. Okay, so it's mainly time management, not necessarily any technical aspects of or any jurisdictional aspects of having a business.
Not really.
Contracts, like writing contracts.
Well, if you say contracts, well, yes, as a sports or as a nutritionist, you have contracts with health insurance, and to set that up real good, that's a lot of work and a lot of reading and a lot of. But now I finally got it.
Okay, so
but that was not specially for me. That's more in this. If you are a nutritionist, you are gonna make some agreements with the health nutrition of the health insurances, and that's just a shitload of work to do.
Okay, I see. I am scared already.
Do you have ambitions to become a nutritionist? Yeah.
So. Okay, so there's that, and that's your main job, to say, which is
not really. My main job is modeling.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, maybe because it doesn't take. It doesn't take too much time.
Okay.
Or if it does, like when you are booked, you're just booked for the whole day. So there
Yes.
are hours in there, but it's just on one day.
All right.
And then being a nutritionist is like all over the week.
Mm-hmm.
People there doing like office stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more spread out.
Okay.
But making the most money with being a model. Actually.
I see. Well, I guess it's the branch. It's just there's a potential there that's just non-existent in in your business.
The combination.
Just I believe modeling has inherent potential of being more lucrative than maybe the business of sports and helping people improve on their.
Yeah. Yes, but being a model is never knowing how much you're gonna earn.
Okay. Yes, it's the risk that comes with it.
Yeah, yes. You never know. Like there can be a month you have nothing, and then nothing is really nothing.
Nothing is like it's nothing. Not
nothing. So that's
how
possible.
Did you get into that?
Well, that's when I was 15. My sister gave me up for Holland's Next Top Model. So the Dutch version of America's Next Top Model. Okay. And that's where it kind of started. Mm-hmm. I've got to the first episode. Mm-hmm. Those were only 25 girls left. And then 14 of them were going into the model house. Okay. And so I packed my bags for 2 weeks and everything. And you had to show up with your suitcase. And then it was like, okay, but you are going home. Oh, no. Which was me as well. It was a great journey, but it didn't took that long. Okay. And then I just found some agencies and I worked, randomly. Mm-hmm. And now when I'm getting older, I'm getting more jobs. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Okay. Let's hope it continues to be more. Good for you. Happy to hear that. I mean, I don't watch those talk shows or like it's not a talk show, but these kind of television. How to call like the word that describes this kind of television show. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. But they, I think they tend to be very brutal in that sense. Yeah, but that was also kind of what makes it interesting to watch. Yeah, sure. Of course. I was like, oh, look at her. She's hot. She's not. You know it is. Yeah, and then the measurements, like, okay, it's 1 centimeter too much, or you're not tall enough, or anything like that. Holy shit. Okay, wow. And you get thrown into that with 15. Yeah. Well, I never really got bothered by opinions or anything. I just always try to learn and so what can I do? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And you know when you're going to a casting and they say you're not the right fit. Yeah. Of course, that's on you because you're not the right fit. But it doesn't matter that you're not the right fit for another brand. Yes. So you cannot always be the right fit. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. For one brand, you are too tall or too short, and there you are too thin or too thick. And you just have to be you and find the brand that is fitting you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's my way of looking at it. Yes, that's a very good point. Do you believe that this, I would say this very important stepstone in your life, which was, was like sort of like a before and after probably, this Next Top Model TV show. Did you drive that this idea, this mindset from that, or
What did you learn from that?
From the modeling industry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's just a way of handling it without getting grumpy.
Okay, I see. I mean, you been very well. Pretty much everything you do has to do with health and body and how it looks and how it shapes and how strong you are and how fit you are, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big topic nowadays, right? As most I feel like it feels like that. Most people don't like how they look like.
Yeah.
And it's like I hear all the time, like, okay, it doesn't really matter how you look like. It doesn't really matter if you're jacked or pumped or not. What's your take on that?
If it matters how you look like?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what do you want to do with it. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, it's kind of necessary that you feel good in your own skin. Mm-hmm. So if you're not happy with it, you might as well do something about it. But then you have now the Instagram type of way of looking at things, and then people are never satisfied, and that's also not healthy. But that's maybe more a thing, something in the mind than actually having a view on the body.
Yeah,
it's more this formed view from the mind looking at your body.
Okay. No, I was just curious, what your opinion on that is, as it pretty much is a constant topic in your life, as you work with people all the time, that want to improve, how they look like, how they feel like. So yeah. I'm sure you get people that have all kinds of beliefs about themselves and about how important that is, right?
Yes. Of course, I put people on the scale, but my scale doesn't only say how much your weight is, but also your fat percentage or your metabolic age. Mm-hmm. So I got a lot of measurements who gives a more total image of someone, and you can improve a few of them or just one of them, and one is getting worse. It depends on what you did. So I can see, for example, you're coming to me and then, okay, these are the measurements. And then next time the measurements have changed. I can see, okay, you've been eating really good, but you didn't do any workouts. Okay. For example, I just can see it. And the other way around as well. Okay, I think you have done a lot of sports, but I think you just didn't eat that well. I can see it in the measurements.
Okay. You're eating too much chocolate.
Yeah. You've ate way too much chocolate or anything else that's giving me these results. Or people didn't sleep well, or they have been ill, or feel stressed. There are some things that can go.
Just to get some valuable information out there, what would you say are key aspects in life? Maybe let's say top 5, if there are even that many, that keep your mind and body healthy. Your body.
Yeah. So of course, eating, and you can, let's say it's eating. Healthy eating, but of course you can cheat some days. But if it's healthy, it will help you a lot. Sleep is really important. Just sports, of course, doing exercising. Try not to stress so much, because stress is bad for everything. So I said 4 now, So I have to choose one more thing.
But
being creative.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I was just waiting. I was going to say it. Go for it. Mm. Okay. No, but I totally see that too. How sleeping is very, very important for your life, and it oftentimes is neglected. I feel like people don't see in sleep the importance it really has.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they go, like they like the other day, someone like tried to impress me with bragging about how little he sleeps. It's like, oh yeah, I only need like 4 hours a night. And I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Hell no, you need more.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of culture of that, of being super efficient and doing a lot in your day and sleeping, not that much, but definitely sleeping your healthy amount of hours, which is like, I don't know, 7, 8 a night.
Yeah, it depends what you did on the day. Depends on what you need, but also what you did on a day. When I have a heavy training, I need, for example, 1 hour more of sleep.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So, because your body needs more and more rehabilitation, regeneration,
recovery.
There you go. See, you read my mind. You say the right words. I just blabble a little bit, and then.
No, it works really good so far.
Okay, sweet. We got that. So, considering, let's touch briefly on your approach on running different. I don't know if to call them marathons, but they're not marathons. It's like different running events. What are they called in English?
Well, I'm doing Spartan race, of course. I want to do a marathon once in my life, but I didn't do one yet. I run on the road. I run survival runs and normal running competitions, or on track. I like steeplechase.
Which one?
Steeplechase, the 3,000 meter steeplechase.
Oh,
do you know when you have to jump over the hurdles? Okay. And then once in a lap, you have water. Yeah. So you jump and then you come in, you land in water.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Do you know?
I think not. I think I haven't seen that yet. But it's like, but you swim, or is it not that deep?
No.
Okay. No. It's just making it harder, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And spectacular to watch.
Yeah, is it? What? How have I missed this?
Yeah, it's on the Olympics as well.
Okay, fuck me. Well, I don't watch the Olympics. You got me there.
You should.
Maybe I should. Okay, but you also, for example, us trying to find a suitable date to have, this episode going on. You're throwing at me, you name names of the places you're headed towards,
Yeah.
Throw at me Tenerife, you throw at me, what was it?
Abu
Dhabi. I was like, okay, tell me more. Like, why are you headed to? And what's your goal with this?
Well, Abu Dhabi is the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my goal for last year, but Corona, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So to be qualified in elite for the World Championship, mm-hmm. which I did in Zandvoort. So I succeed that now I need to, make sure I get there because mm-hmm. with the flight and everything.
Okay.
And I thought it was a good preparation to do one more race in elite just before the World Championship. So that's why I'm going this weekend to Tenerife.
Nice.
To do
You're going to my
race.
hometown. You know that, right?
What?
You're going to my home island. I was actually born there.
Really?
Yeah. I just
And you're not
born.
coming. You're not making pictures in Tenerife for
Yeah,
Spark.
not this time. Unfortunately, I would love to.
Yes.
But I'm sure Zandvoort wasn't um, the only time. I'm going to meet you at a sport event. So the thing is, actually, here the how it's called, like these all these sport events, like especially Germany and around Germany, all these countries. Now the season is sort of over for bike races, for running races, and now all the winter competitions start.
Yeah.
Which I have no clue about. I'm not in that industry. Like all these skiing competitions and all of that, which Germany loves somehow. I don't know why, but like they're super into that. Whether I don't even know how it's called. Like they ski and then at some point they shoot, like with rifles.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it in English, but I know what you mean.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know
in
either.
Dutch, I don't know if you have Dutch listeners, but
of course, give it to them.
Langlaufen.
Langlaufen. Yeah, of Dutch. I don't even know how it's said in German.
Sounds German.
Yeah, it does sound.
When you say it.
Langlauf. Yeah, it could be that in German it's Langlauf.
Duathlon. Because you have to shoot and... yeah.
Yeah, duathlon. Yeah, fair enough. Instead of, running, cycling, and swimming, right?
Yeah. Just two. I think that's true.
No, yeah. I've heard these kind of experiences from other photographers that have covered such events, and they say it's terrible. They say it's so physically demanding for them. It's fucking freezing. And let me tell you one thing about handling a camera when it's cold. It's not fun.
No, I can imagine. Yeah.
It's no. And if it rains or snows, you're fucked. No. It's just not a good place to be with your camera.
That's why you have to go to Abu Dhabi in winter. There's no snow.
No, but well, I don't know. Isn't there a lot of sand, or is it just my imagination?
Yes.
Okay, because sand is also sand. Like enemy number one for camera.
Okay.
So like, yeah, as you can see, a camera is very picky.
Yeah, or the owner of it.
What? Who said that? Regarding going back, to all these things you're doing. One of the things I wanted to ask you is the main reason why you do all this is this mainly for you for self accomplishment, or do you have other goals, other reasons behind all of this?
For being an athlete?
Yes, being an athlete, participating in all these competitions, for training all the people. Is there an idea? What's the idea behind all of that?
Well, since I was really young, I did athletics, and I was really good. I actually won everything, every race I competed in. So I had just in my mind, I was going to go to the Olympics and I was going to win the New York Marathon. It was really obvious to me.
Damn. Okay.
So that didn't really happen because I was really good when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Those were the golden days.
Okay.
And then
golden days.
Yeah.
Wow, when you were like 8 years old.
Yeah, but I was really fast.
Okay. This
I
sounds
was faster back
it's
then than you are now.
like fake news. That's how it sounds like to me.
No, it's really good. And then puberty, so I had some injuries, grow pain, like in the knees, blah, blah. But I still really wanted to compete. So I kind of found a different kind of sports, which was survival running, which is pretty similar to obstacle course racing, like Spartan, but just in the Netherlands and with only rope obstacles.
Okay.
I just like to compete. I like to set a goal, to train for it, and then see what happens on the competition. To focus on something. So yeah, I like everything that's included with competing. So the preparation and the day itself, and where I'm lacking is the recovery.
Okay.
So that's why. But then after a couple of years, I became a bit stronger, and now my results are getting better, and it actually looks like it's becoming a professional level, like I always wanted, but just not in athletics, but now in Spartan race.
All right. Well, maybe something to pick up from there is that achieving those goals you set yourself upon takes a lot of time and dedication.
Yes.
Rather than out of pure talent, to say, right?
Yes.
Okay,
sure.
sweet. Yeah, and it sounds like you're a very competitive person as well. All right.
Give me a challenge.
Give me a challenge. Okay. Are you the kind of person that when you play Uno with, you get mad if you lose, or is it? Yes. Oh
yes.
no.
I will cheat.
Oh no. No, you're not. No, you're not that kind of person. Come on, don't lie to me.
Yeah. I'll get mad.
Oh no. Crying inside. Okay.
I'm just being honest about it.
Every time someone asks me, like, "Oh wow, the worst kind of people in this world," I'm like, "Oh, people that cheat in Uno, I hate them. The worst."
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to seriousness again. I want to tackle, the topic that matters to me and to the podcast the most, which is creativity.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your take on it, what it means to you, and how it impacts your work.
Yeah. Well, I would like to think that I'm creative. I think I use it in work. Just like I told you with the boot camp, I give every boot camp is different, and I look for inspiration, and I make it so new and fresh and fun. So that's something I would say that's being creative, just every time. And but also in the modeling, well, sometimes at a shoot, they say like, okay, give me something, just do whatever you like, and they're like, okay, I have freedom to just try some stuff. And I really like that because sometimes it's a weird idea, but it can be really cool, or it can be shit, but then they won't choose that picture. So you can fail, but you're only failing on set. The end result will always look like you accomplished something.
Okay, so
like
what I'm hearing there is you see creativity and freedom, and freedom in the sense of just expressing yourself and freely, and also in overcoming challenges, right?
Yes. So I think you have to be open-minded of trying new things, and let yourself let yourself be creative. And it can only if you allow yourself to be open to have new ideas.
Okay.
And to actually do it. So if you think you're going to fail, you won't probably do it. So you have to have a bit of a like, okay, whatever happens, happens, but we will see. And it can be a pretty result.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I reckon from the echo level, and not echo level, but from the confidence level I put you on, I think it's for you. I feel like it's not that big of a challenge sometimes.
Being confident.
Yeah, and I feel like you're very confident in yourself. At least that's the energy I'm receiving from you, and having that confidence in yourself, I think makes overcoming challenges so much easier.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I can say that I'm confident in myself.
Sorry, yes. I put the word in your mouth. I shouldn't do that. I would love if you could maybe showcase this with an example, maybe from a moment or an incident from one of your past competitions you've found yourself in. Maybe you had to make a difficult decision, or you were in a difficult situation.
Well, for example, if you're having a competition and you're running towards an obstacle which you know is pretty hard, and it's like, oh, then it's the first decision is, am I gonna run this hard towards it, or am I slowing down? Then you're like stalling, but maybe saving energy to get to the obstacle to make it. So that's the first like doubt in my mind, like, am I going hard or am I already slowing down? So I try to choose the first one, but sometimes I'm slowing down, which I should not do. Then I approach the obstacle, and then sometimes I'm gonna look at it, and then I'm like, oh, how do I need to do this? But I already know I can do it, so that's really stupid.
Yeah.
So again, I'm stalling, which takes time.
Yeah, trying to trick your mind.
Yeah. So I would like to gain more confidence that I can do the obstacles. Also, when I'm racing, so when you are out of breath and having a really high heart rate, I am still able to do the obstacles, which I actually know I can do, but when it's that moment, sometimes it's hard for me to have the confidence.
Could you throw a real example? A very specific event, a very specific obstacle, a very specific day.
Like say Zandvoort, you had the multi-rig, and they tell me what to do, and I was like, okay, let's just hear them out what to do, and then I'm like, and then I chose to do it, but okay, there were like a couple of seconds I should not have to wait for it, but it was already faster than I did before competitions earlier. Then I was like, looking more time the obstacle before I actually do it. So now it was better, but it was not quite fast yet, because I saw it back on the video. They made a video of me doing it, and I had in my mind that I did it directly. But then I saw it back on the video, and it's like, okay, I'm standing here for maybe 10 seconds. It's
You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck? So that's where I need to train. I need to train to have the confidence just to do it. Because I rarely fail an obstacle. So
so it's rather a challenge of your mind. Yeah. Rather than a physical challenge.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, of course, I had some physical challenges.
Of course. Don't fool me. I know you're lying.
If you're like talking about confidence, then I would say that's something where I'm lacking in confidence.
Okay. Are there any misconceptions around running these kind of competitions, or things people do wrong constantly? You can maybe throw some piece of information for those who do it.
Well, yes. You need to know how long it's gonna take you to finish the race. In terms of what do you take with you? If you're taking a camelback full of water or sports water, or if you take some gels with you. If you miscalculate the time you are running, you have, in worst case, you do not have enough food with you.
Okay.
And that's gonna cost you.
Okay.
So yes, but I had that before. So
what happens? Like you run out of it?
That was on the European Championship in Italy in 2019, I guess.
Okay.
It was 21K. So I figured, okay, maybe it's gonna take me 3 hours because it's mountain terrain and obstacles. But then it was 40 degrees. And I did not bring my camelback because I thought I will be in time where I need to be to drink, the stations. So it was way more mountain terrain than I thought. So it took me like almost double the time I thought it was going to take me. So I didn't drink in time because I didn't bring it with me, and I didn't had enough of gels because I thought it was going to be 3 hours for me, and it took me 5 hours more, 5 hours plus.
Yes.
So no food, no water. So I died really hard.
I'm gonna die here on the Italian mountain. Come on.
Yeah, like I even sit down during the race. Like, okay, yeah.
Oh no, getting dizzy. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is very important. Preparation is key.
Preparation is very important, and if you do your preparation on a guess, you better guess right.
Okay, and maybe rather guess on over the top than little.
Yeah. Yes.
Obviously, you need to keep in mind that it's extra weight you're carrying with you, but
yeah, that's true. That's why I didn't took it, but I regret it.
Did I say you're overconfident already? No, okay.
Yes, sometimes.
No, but I guess it happens. Those kind of experiences are very important, for you to make better decisions, know yourself better for those kind of events. But it got to be hard to calculate it if you have never run that track before.
Yeah, that's true. But now I know when it's a lot of mountains, a lot of elevation, that it's taking me a shit long time. So I didn't ever did a race in the mountains before. So I think that was a rookie mistake.
Okay, fair enough. Most of the times it's just flat, I reckon.
Well, it's not necessary, but the races I did were flat because I raced. I didn't do that many races before I went to the European Championship. I think I did only 2 Spartan races.
Yeah, sure. So it's more for a recent thing you're starting yourself in.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And now you're doing the World Championship in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
How's that looking? How are your preparations for that?
I've been running on sand, and I've been running on a treadmill who I can put on elevation stand. Also really keeping track on my recovery.
Recovery of what?
Sleep.
Exactly.
Before the episode, we talked about this watch, but I got another one.
Okay. The recovery
it's not
watch.
telling you the time, but it's functioning as a watch. It just tracks my heart rate and some measurements, and I can see in the app how much I am recovered. So if I have a really high recovery, I can do hard training on that day. But if I didn't sleep enough and like my heart rate variability is low and my rest heart rate is high, it will say you recovered in red, and that's not good. So then take it easy that day.
Okay. So
until you're back in the orange or green, and then you can go really hard.
Okay. I see. Yeah, makes sense. So you're fit again for that next physical.
So sometimes I have to wait to train again to actually come better. So I choose to not train to become better. And that's something I really needed to learn.
Really? Oh, wow. It's so easy. I can teach you how to do that. I'm very good at deciding not to train.
Okay.
My secret talent.
And is it working out? Because maybe you had a green day and you didn't work out. Then it's a shame because you were ready to train and you didn't train. Then you're getting worse because you didn't train.
Come on, you're ruining this. Come on, you're making me feel bad again. I was feeling special for like a second there.
Okay, sorry. Next subject.
So I'm just messing with you. All right, sweet. So, do you have any other things in mind, that you would recommend a fellow athlete that maybe it's starting out?
Preparation. Really, preparation. Do it. Just try to train what you are gonna do in the race.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds really obvious, but some people are just training one thing and then racing, and it doesn't really look alike.
Yeah, and then they wonder, why am I too weak for this? All right. Okay. I'm getting there. We've touched on. Okay, I'm trying to pick up on what we have been, what we have talked about already. So we can see what's out there left. We've talked about your upbringings, about your background, about how you got into nutrition, and about training really through your degree, through building your own company, selling. How did you call it? I call it just protein. Supplements, right?
Supplements, yeah.
The good shit, okay? The good
like
stuff.
Vitamins.
All the vitamins, okay. No, but they at some point I am aware that they're very important. And then we talked about what is important to be what are key aspects to be fit. Especially for your body, naming you need to sleep, probably get rest. Not only, you need to sleep long enough, but you also need good quality of sleep. Both are very important. You need to eat properly. You need to eat well, which is another big topic on itself. What that actually means.
Yeah.
But what is a balanced out nutrition? But I feel like this is maybe a little bit too much to touch on. Maybe on the second episode.
Okay.
And of course, you need to train your body if you want to feel fit, if you want to be capable of doing, some more demanding physical activities. We also talked about your take on creativity, what it means to you, what it means in a sense of how it impacts your modeling work, your competition work, your company work, and how it pretty much means to you to overcome challenges and come up with original ideas when you're faced with a problem you haven't had before. And also as self-improvement. We talked as well. We've talked about advice, tips for athletes when they do maybe their first competitions, their first obstacle event.
Yes.
How they should properly prepare themselves for it, not only physically, but also
mentally.
Be very mindful about what you take with you on the race itself.
Yes.
Enough water. I guess it's water. Or do you take something with? Can you take what? That's another thing I was wondering. Can you take anything with you, or do you have certain restrictions?
Well, you can take anything with you, but not everything is gonna help you.
Okay. Fair point.
So you have like a isotonic drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would suggest. But if you are really fan of gels or tablets, you can bring just water with you. It's about having the right amount of water and carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not lining up, then you won't. Your body won't work as good as it could be.
Okay. And
but that's without really going way too deep in the details.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really like apple juice, you could run a race on apple juice if you have it in the right amount of carbohydrates.
Okay. I don't mind getting actually more specific.
Yes, but I'm gonna throw at you some numbers and then
yes, sure. Give it to me. I might not understand, but the listeners will. They're smart.
So if you take on a Camelback and you do not want tablets or gels, just to have the carbohydrates in the liquid,
mm-hmm.
then you have 4 to 8 grams of carbohydrates
mm-hmm.
in every 100 milliliter of water.
Yeah. Okay.
If you are less or above, it doesn't. Your body cannot take it as fast as you want to.
Okay, interesting. If it's too much, maybe it needs extra energy to build that into.
Yeah, then it needs more water to do it, and then it takes longer for your body to have it in the right amount.
In the system to absorb it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is it with gels? Gels? When you say gels, what do you mean with that?
Well, you have like sports gels. You can take easily, put it in your pockets,
mm-hmm.
and then you rip it open, and then.
Okay. Because sorry, I might be a newbie in this, but like I've never seen one of those.
Never.
Like a gel, I don't know. Like no. I use gel to shower in the morning. Okay, that's my knowledge of gels right there.
Yeah, that's not what I mean.
Okay, so it's pretty much like a semi-liquid that you can sort of like drink or chew or.
Yeah. You have tablets you can chew, you have a lot of. You can have powder as well. You can do powder in your water, and then you have an isotonic drink.
Okay.
Or you can just buy it, like you have isotonic AA drink or Gatorade or Isostar.
Yeah,
might be brands you know before.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Gatorade is very well known. I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe one last thing I want to touch on is what's like if you're doing this just for fun, all right? Let's say not you, but let someone is just doing these sport events for fun, and they want to get professional and actually earn money, get sponsored. How would you tell them?
If you're doing it for fun now, well, then you have to enjoy hard work, if you will, or if you want to step up your level.
Okay.
Because there's a big gap between open and age group racers.
Yes.
And then there's also a big gap between age group and elite racers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So if you enjoy the competing in age group, then you can consider trying to become better and compete in elite.
That will be your advice to get professional. But how does that work? Like, do you get approached or do you need to approach companies
to run in elite?
Yes. Well, if the thing is, if you run in those competitions, normally you have to pay money to do that.
Yeah. You just have to pay to sign up. That's not different. You in Spartan you have pro teams, but the Netherlands doesn't have a pro team yet.
Okay. Not yet.
Maybe you tell them to make a pro team for the Netherlands. Put me in there.
I make you a team leader.
It's not the case now. Yes, thank you.
Get their ass kicked.
Yeah. So you have to sign up for the competition, and in there's no standard yet. But in America, if you want to run elite in America, you have to qualify for it for any race.
So you have to win previous competitions in order to...
Yeah, you have to win in age group, for example, and then you get a qualification code to actually be able to sign up in elite.
Okay. And how does that economical part of it work? Like, where do you get the money from? Do you work or do you do that race for a certain company, and they sponsor you and that's how you make money? Or do you win those races and from the final prize you earn money? Or how does people live from that?
Yeah. So if you make the podium, you have prize money. And I have some sponsorships, but I cannot live from those yet. Okay. Working on it. But my sponsorships are getting better each year. It's getting higher. I'm learning what would be a good collaboration with certain companies, because the sponsorship it's actually quite hard to get. You really need to tell the company, okay, you're sponsoring me and this is what you're going to get back for it. And you cannot guarantee certain results, but you can show them this is what it was in the past and this is where I want to go. These are pictures of a race you can use because your brand name is on my sleeve, for example. Anything like that. Okay. So the money is mostly from the professional athletes. Money is coming from sponsorships. Okay. So that's the two main. Prize money and sponsorships. Yeah.
Okay. And your take from it is it's very hard to build those relationships with these companies. And it's even harder to make them pay good money for it. Okay. I see. And I guess what really... Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to show them what is the benefit of sponsoring me, especially when the company doesn't really know the sport.
Oh, I see.
Then first you have to like, okay, well, this is me, hello, and this is the sport I do. And then it's like, oh, I've never heard of it. Oh, it sounds hard. Okay. Like, yes, but it's also really cool.
Okay. So you have to kind of convince them, sure.
Yeah, convince people, and it's really hard to convince people about sponsoring me if they didn't know the sport before.
Mm-hmm. Sure, if it's not super well known, like basketball or soccer or whatever. All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I thought maybe all these running races, obstacle races, were actually well established. Maybe not.
If it's popular, you mean?
Yeah, I thought it would be. These companies would be very aware of these.
Well, it's getting popular. For sure, in America, it's already very like the biggest best growing sport in America.
Oh, really?
But then in the Netherlands, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's why you're going abroad so often, or?
Yeah. Well, there were not really big competitions in the Netherlands, except for Zandvoort then. But that was the first time in the Netherlands that it was in Zandvoort.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it would be a more regular thing.
First edition.
First edition.
And you were there.
I was there. I was like, okay, this is once a year, cool. But I didn't know it was like the first time.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Okay.
First time, yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's like the biggest event in Holland?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you have also a stadium race, but I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. That was also one time before. And I thought a couple of years before that there was a normal race in the Netherlands, but I wasn't into Spartan back then, so I don't know much about it.
Okay. Maybe to finish it off, would you recommend some types of running competitions for beginners? Because not all of them are equally difficult.
No. You mean for a Spartan?
Well, I'm not sure how saying this is a Spartan race makes it specific or not. I mean, even Spartan races have very, very different types of races. So,
sure for example, for Spartan, you can see the rates for the weather conditions, the elevation, and
distance,
and course. Of course, you have three different distances, but they rate it with 1, 2, or 3 skulls. So you can see, okay, this is a kind of flat race, but the weather is shit, and something like that. So if you see a race and they have in 3 different categories 3 skulls, you know it's going to be a really hard race.
Yeah. Okay. So
it doesn't matter which distance you're going to do. It's going to be a really hard race.
Okay.
So if you want to start easy, Zandvoort is a really good one because it's kind of flat. It's in the sand for some parts, but it's the course is quite easy. And the weather is always kind of soft. It won't be really hot and it won't be really cold. So any beginners out there, just come to Zandvoort in May, and then it's the next edition.
Okay.
Or Spartan. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Sounds lovely. So far, having a look at my notes, we have pretty much covered all the points I was keen on. I always ask in the end if there's anything left open that you would like to touch on, that you would like to mention, because it's important to you.
I don't know.
Maybe some topic I haven't touched.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're like, oh, this thing, no one talks about it, and it's so important.
No one talks about it. I don't know. I think we pretty much covered all, but maybe people have questions after seeing this, and
Yeah,
then
maybe.
you have to do a second part. But,
Yeah, I like it. I like the way it's made.
but so far, I think we're good.
Okay, sweet. So to finish off, please let people know where they can actually find you, where they can find your work, your company, and maybe hit you up with some questions if they need to. So give it to them.
Yes. Well, the easiest way would be do Instagram. So my name on Instagram is also Eva Van Ee. Mm-hmm. Maybe you put it right here.
Yes, I will.
Edit it in.
A with 5 E's.
And you can message me from there, and also the link to my website is there. It's in Dutch, but my Instagram is mainly in English. So
okay. Do you have a website? I did not find that one.
Yeah, I do have a website, but it's not very pretty.
Oh, that's why you hide it. Okay, I was like, I didn't find any link anywhere. It's like, hey, maybe she doesn't have one.
It's just telling you the information you really need to know. That's on the website. It's not really. If you want to see pictures or videos, you can better just look on Instagram.
Sure, but maybe if someone wants to, book you for some sessions, a boot camp, where they can find that. Will that be on the website or where?
Yeah, and also if you go to my bio on Instagram, it's a hashtag Better Bootcamp, and if you click on that, you can also go to the page where everything from the bootcamp is.
Okay, nice. Yes. Well, see, I didn't do that.
Click on the hashtag.
Click on the hashtag. I was like, I never click on hashtags. Like, come on. No, I don't know why. Like, I know a lot, everyone does, but I don't do it. Like, never. Like, I don't know. That's probably why I didn't understand how they worked for such a long time. Bad on me. No, but obviously all of those links will be available on the episode itself and on all social posts, so they can be easily accessible. Great. Only thing left is to thank you for being here and for spending this lovely time with me. It has been a blast. I really feel it every time. Like, it's not always the case, but sometimes the chemistry is there, and it's a lot of fun to talk, and we can joke around, and it's fine. So it's not always the case.
Okay.
Whether you believe me or not. I try to, but sometimes they don't let me. It's just
okay. Well, you can throw jokes at me.
Okay, good. No, yeah, I see you take them pretty well. So yeah, I'm thankful for that. This was fun. Thank you, Eva, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope I see you a second time. If not for the podcast, I hope on the tracks.
Yes, on the race.
On a professional competition. I wish you, all the best of luck for the World Championship in Abu Dhabi. It will be probably very hot. So bring a lot of gels with you, please. You will need them. Yes, this was Eva. I'm Lucas, and this was the Creative Cast. Been the best part of my life.